School kids are wanting to take, to
Days
strike.
off school.
Yeah.
Man, I would have been at that rally too. I would have
Good
been
on
at that
you.
rally too. I wouldn't have given
I
a
would
shit.
have
I
too.
would have just been like, a day
Yeah.
off, all right, that'll do.
Yeah.
And I think I don't disagree. I think some kids are wanting to do good, and I think it's a very noble cause that people want to, particularly when they're young. They want to get out there. They want to save the world. And unfortunately, a lot of people get to the point where they get a bit old. They go, "Oh, it's too hard." They give up.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things that need to be sorted out with this world, and the environment is definitely one of them. I think we need to move away from coal. I absolutely think you need to do that, but it's going to take a long time, and it's going to take a lot of work, and I don't think that blocking buildings and blocking roads and bridges is the best way to take that foot forward. I think there's other ways to do it. And I know I keep going.
It's 1 year old, so the Extinction Rebellion is just over 1 year old. So, give it time and the way they go about doing things may be different.
What are your thoughts on Greta Thunberg?
Well, I think that's a great question. Again, because I think she's really interesting, and some of her speeches, like I've watched them and I've just, she's I've been stunned by her speeches. And, I like watching some of the orators. So there was recently a doco on Adolf Hitler, and he's an amazing orator, totally evil.
Absolutely.
But an amazing orator. But I don't want to compare the two, but Greta, I think that one of her strengths is, a lot of talk about her Asperger's, and I thought, maybe she had a speechwriter, but somebody said, no, she's really blunt. Those speeches are so blunt. And, I think that she has written the speeches, and I think that she's expressing the grief or some of the disillusionment with her parents' generation and her grandparents' generation that are leaving a world that's really troubled. Like politically it's troubled, the climate change issue, it's troubled. We should have, after the end of the Cold War, we should have had warfare. We should have seen the end of war. Why have we still got wars?
There's always been wars.
Yeah, but do we need to keep doing this?
We're tribalistic people. Everyone hates everyone. You don't trust people. That's why there's problems. I think that's the general reason for racism, is because people are tribalistic. And it's this weird trust thing.
But you and me, we're getting along all right so far. So...
Yeah, what do you...
I would be interested to see you actually interview somebody who's, like Clementine.
I really want to interview Clementine.
Do you?
I'm absolutely open to that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the things that she might believe, I probably believe as well.
Yeah.
But it's just often the delivery.
Yeah.
And the thing with the Clementine is a lot of the things that she says is often disputed very heavily.
Oh, absolutely.
And she's just not a very nice person. But I'd love to have a conversation with her.
Have you read her book, or have you seen her
I don't really hang around the fiction section too much. But
it's not fiction.
Well, I mean, that's debatable.
No, her first book is Fight Like a Girl. And yes.
Are you a Clementine fan?
No.
Are you a closet Clementine fan?
Yes and no.
The Extinction Rebellion supports Clementine.
No way. Look, I can't speak for. I must say that I can't speak for Extinction Rebellion totally. So some of the time I'm happy to speak for them, but
that's
not,
where you
not
drew the
all the
line
time.
about Clementine.
No, yeah, probably. But the thing about her is, like, I was listening to her on the ABC, as you do, and she was just so ruthless in the way she tackled me. And I thought, oh my goodness. And like, I was having trouble with the banks, and I thought, I'll have to have a listen to that, read the book, or, I got it on YouTube. And, some of those tactics work quite nicely with banks.
And they do. The thing with Clementine is she's very ruthless, but then if the tables turn on her and someone's ruthless to her, she appeals for support.
Yeah. I think she just needs a good hug. I don't know. She's hurting. Like, if you read her story, it it's hard not to have some compassion for her and to understand where her anger comes from.
Man, Clementine and probably
all humid.
we'd probably get along on a personal level.
Yeah.
We probably would. Like, I don't find that there's many people I don't get along with on a personal level, regardless of your beliefs or anything like that. Like, I'm polite to everyone, and if you're polite to me, then we're going to have a general discourse that is polite. I just disagree on some of the things that she, well, most of the things that she believes wholeheartedly, and that is her religion now.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I think that's just part of life.